Hi guys, fruit salad. That is what I'm making. I am in the mood for it. I always make some kind of fruit for Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, and I have everything in the house to make a delicious fruit salad. I know in the past I have shared my fruit salad recipes, but I thought I'd hop on here because it's a nice refreshing take away from all the cookies and the heavy stuff. What I have here is just 2 apples. I'm going to cut them up while I chit chat with you. What do you make for your Christmas morning? For my children, we celebrate Christmas Eve. I do a dinner. They come over. We have dinner and we have presents for their gifts for their grandkids. We celebrate everything on Christmas Eve. My daughter usually throws a breakfast for her husband's family and some of maybe her dad or whoever else comes from our family. But Dave and I always stay home Christmas Day. Our morning is pretty relaxing and our day is pretty relaxing. So normally what we do Christmas Day, we don't even get dressed. Let's start there. We stay in our jammies. I make black peppered bacon that I put in the oven. You can see I'm just dicing up an apple, so I'm talking while doing that. That's how I core them. I take the 4 squares. So I put black peppered bacon on a cookie sheet and I sprinkle lightly some brown sugar and I let that cook flat, almost candy-like bacon. And I go to the deli warehouse that's in Gloversville and I buy these particular cinnamon buns from Walnut Creek. Yes, they sell them in the Broad Auburn deli warehouse, but I had a bad experience in that store. That's another story in itself, so I don't go to that store. Not telling anybody else not to, but that's just me. So I go to there. It's actually the son that owns the one in Broad Auburn. So I go to the one that's the father on Harrison Street. They're delicious cinnamon buns. I mean, you would pay a lot more for cinnamon buns if you get them in the bakery. So I don't usually eat cinnamon buns, but on Christmas morning I treat myself to one. And then I made one of my high protein quiches, which is in the fridge or in the freezer, and I'm going to take that out. I still have a lot of pineapple from my Dole pineapples that were sent from Hawaii. So what better way to use them up than into my fruit salad? That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to leave some out for, of course there's some on the floor already. I can't make anything without putting them on the floor. Anyway, so the cinnamon buns, black peppered bacon, fruit salad, quiche, and then Dave likes, I have croissants and I heat them up. We don't sit down and have a breakfast. We bring it in the living room, put it all on the coffee table, and then Dave and I sit and we open gifts from each other. The first year I met him, he gave me, like, without exaggeration, he had a spreadsheet. He was a computer programmer. He had my gifts numbered, 1 through, I don't know, 70. And so they could be little things, like things that I used around the house. So he started with, like, the least expensive, I think, to the most expensive, or the least, I don't know. He's crazy. He loves Christmas. I pretty much married Santa Claus. And it's hard to keep up with how many gifts. He won't tell me how many he buys, so I try to buy a lot to match 1 for 1 with him. But it's more fun stuff than it is expensive stuff, if that makes sense. So I'm cutting up a bunch of pineapple and apple in there, as you can tell. A lot of these are already diced pretty small. Because I had done, well, if you saw the video of how to cut the pineapple, I did some that were in a ring with that ring thing that's now in the garbage, and I did some that I cubed. So I'm going to leave some because I'm going to have some for breakfast today. You guys, I have not had more than 6 cookies this week. I don't want to look at them. Sugar makes me not good. So I'm done. Like, cookies are done. So I wanted to show you that bark. Well, let me just grab it. This morning I posted a video about that white bark, and then I went and forgot to put it on the cookie trays. So tomorrow morning, or tomorrow when the kids come, look how good it came out. I mean, that's pretty festive. I'm going to put it in a fancy dish tomorrow. When the kids come for Christmas Eve, I'll put it out. Because I went and made the cookie plates, forgot I made it. It was still in the fridge when I got home from delivering. Halfheimers. Yeah, so that's our Christmas, is we put out a breakfast spread, and we put on the coffee table, and then we watch 4 movies. He's got 4. He has a list for everything, you guys. So we are on a spreadsheet of which movies we can watch when. I know, it's weird. So we watch 4 movies together, and then normally on Christmas Day I don't cook a separate dinner. I'm making a whole filet mignon tomorrow, and I'm certain there'll be a lot left. I bought, okay, now we just have apples and pineapples, and here goes more. I gotta make sure I don't put too much because it's gotta fit in this bowl. So now I've got some grapes, and I washed all of these fruit before I started the video. I think I'm gonna throw grapes on the floor because I wouldn't have a video without having food on the floor. Oh my God, there goes another one. Merry Christmas, you guys. So I love fruit salad. That's 3. The cat's down there. What's your house like? All I do is clean. Remember last week I had a scratchy throat? Well, Dave has it now. And I said to him, he won't take the tree down or anything until after January 6th. That's his rule, after January 6th. So after that, the house is getting like it's clean, but I want to move the furniture and vacuum and get the dust bunnies out of here because I don't know whether we're just keeping this staying in the house, you know, without fresh air a lot. I don't know if that's just keeping us one back and forth, you know, it's Tommy, it's River, it's all of us with, can you see anything I'm doing? I'm cutting grapes in half. We just feel like it's constantly scratchy from the heat on, the pellet stove, being inside. I'm trying to walk. There's no snow on the ground right now, but it's supposed to snow a little bit today. So today I'd like to go out and take a quick walk before the snow comes because I can actually walk when there's no ice. So I guess what I'm going is I'm in the mood for some fruit salad, vitamin C, fresh vitamin C from the pineapple and all the antioxidants from the berries I'm about to put in. I'm seeing how many grapes I should put in. And then hopefully that helps us feel better. It is a nice, refreshing fruit salad. I make it in the summer, all summer. You put in whatever you have. I don't know how many more grapes I'm going to cut up because I want to put blueberries. I have some really great fresh blueberries. I'm going to put a handful of those. Make it up as you go, guys. I made one mistake already. I'll explain it to you when I start. Now I'm going to slice up some strawberries. I'm talking with my mouth full. I don't know how you guys watch me. I thought, how much heavy stuff do we make during the holidays? And obesity is a big thing for me that I had all my life. And I'm trying hard before next year. I'm going to try really hard to come up with a new chocolate jumbo recipe. A lady posted me a video or a recipe the other day on my Facebook page that said she had a ginger molasses cookie that had butter and it had a cream cheese filling and there was no Crisco. I am going to make your recipe. I'm not sure the cookie itself would be delicious. I mean, after giving away, hold on. Oh God! After giving away cookies to everyone, we still have this in my house, okay? And that's just one. Then there's those peanut butter bars that delicious, but they're, you know, they didn't stay. They were supposed to be balls, so I'm gonna have the kids eat them tomorrow. But next year I want to make cookies that are better for us. I'm not making all these, so enjoy the videos because I've already told everyone I'm all done. So anything with Crisco is going out the window in my life. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It doesn't make any sense for me to have worked this hard to get healthier, and I would love to see my grandkids not have Crisco now that I know more about it. I'm switching knives here back and forth. So here's the problem. I like mandarin oranges in my fruit salad. Right now I've got apples, pineapples, blueberries, strawberries, and grapes. There's not much room left. And instead of mandarin oranges, I opened and drained peaches. So guess what? I didn't realize they were peaches. So I'm going to cut them up and put them in, and then I don't have any mandarin oranges this time. That's all. It's not a big problem because I love peaches. But I would have not put peaches in. I would have put the mandarin oranges in if I was paying attention. So the mandarin oranges, I try to buy all my fruits in the no sugar, in fruit juice. They're in fruit juice instead of having them in that sweet and heavy syrup. I don't want that. So this is a lot of peaches. So I think I'm pretty sure it's going to be full. That's why I didn't put all those grapes in. And then to finish it off, I do one little thing different. I might not have to do too much. I made a zesty fruit salad in a video prior, and I squeeze fresh lime on this after. It just gives it a really good fresh, as if you had summer fruit. What am I doing here? I'm going to cut them all up at once. As if you had a summer fruit salad when you don't. It's the middle of December. Actually, it's the end of December. Hopefully I can fit all these. If not, I'm having some peaches for breakfast. So let me stir this up. And tell me what you think, guys. What do you do for Christmas morning? I'd love to hear your Christmas morning. I used to make all sorts of big things, like French toast bakes, egg casseroles, definitely bacon. We had a lot of food when the kids were home, and there was all of us. But there's just Dave and I. So it's black peppered candied bacon, fruit salad, and some quiche for me, and a piece of cinnamon bun, but not a whole one. I can't eat a whole one. And that look good. So now, my hands are sticky. Let me get out my little juicer. You should see my floor. There's a pineapple, 4 grapes, no blueberries and strawberries. That's a pretty good thing. This is Tupperware, I don't know, 1980. My lime. So this is where I go and I add to my fruit salad. Now, do I have any mussel? Probably not. I'm gonna do the whole lime because I don't know what to do with the other half right now. Hope it's not that juicy anyway, but that's some juice. I have 0 strength. I don't know what happened to me. And I mean 0. Plus my hands are wet, so let's try it with the towel. Is this happening to you guys? I'm 62 last. There's no juice? This doesn't make any sense. I'm 62 last week, and I'm falling apart. Oh my goodness, guys. I need a man. And yes, I microwaved it a few seconds so that it would be warm enough to hopefully do better than that. So these are non-juicy limes, but I'm going to take whatever I got. Pretend that it's a lot. And I put a splash of honey. And I mean, if I can get the honey open. Holy cow, you guys, your girl is falling apart. Not even a teaspoon, because I don't want it to taste like honey. I just want the lime and the honey to give it that background of, what is that? So, what do you think, guys? Fresh fruit salad. It'll be for Christmas Eve and Christmas breakfast, and I love it. So I hope you love it too. I hope it inspires you to make something fresh for your table tomorrow. And Merry Christmas. I am doing a whole filet mignon, a giant recipe that I found that I've never made before. It's going to be good. Of a baked macaroni and cheese that looks, it's got like 4 cheeses in it. I'm going to use a whole grain pasta and have probably that much because I'm all about the filet mignon and Rachel Ray's mother's horseradish sauce. It's Pioneer Woman's whole roasted tenderloin with garlic butter, Rachel Ray's mother's horseradish sauce, and then I found this lady that I follow that from the Hamptons that's making this mac and cheese that I have to try. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to make some, whatever I make, who knows, I just keep pulling it out. I love you guys, and enjoy fruit salad.